Hello and welcome to Arab TV. I am Vic Zikoor, your host tonight, and bet that I miss you guys. I haven't been here for a long time because we have somebody more beautiful than me, Suad. She's doing the show. She's doing a great job. But today, the reason I am here because also we have a very distinguished guest with us, and she is a board member of the Arab American Cultural Center. But more important, she is also an Arabic teacher and she teaches all levels. And would like to introduce her, Ain Hayat Fahmi. Welcome on the show,
Welcome, Vic.
and thank you for coming. And I know you're busy and you've been traveling all over, um, but it's a pleasure to have you on the show. And we
Thank you.
want to start with your background. Um, Give us a little bit about where you come from and when did you come to the States and what qualifies you to teach Arabic and all this good stuff.
Okay. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me to be in the show. My name is Ain Haya Fahmi. I born and raised in Alexandria in Egypt. I graduate from Al Alson Faculty of Languages. My BA degree in three languages, the art of three languages, Arabic, English, and German. We used to do, many translation between Arabic and German, German to English, and back. Then I traveled to Saudi Arabia. I worked there also as interpreter and Arabic teacher. Then I moved here in the US 14 years ago. I finished my master's degree in teaching and learning second language. I also finished my teaching credential in single subject Arabic through the UC Santa Cruz. I am a full-time teacher in Granada Islamic School and also Arabic teacher in the Arab American Culture Center and board member there. I really enjoy teaching. I love teaching. Different levels, different ages. I'm very flexible with the little kids. I sing and dance and
I want to interrupt you
fun.
here.
Yeah.
You are not the teacher with different levels. You specialize and you're called the princess of children because you love children and you love teaching children. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what they called me. I used to call me because I am now 23 years of teaching these levels. I really enjoy it. I feel that I am the same age like them, and I enjoy every minute with them. I try to also develop the curriculum, simplify it, facilitate them the subject material to match each student, to help them to express their feeling in the target language, use the target language even beyond the class, not only inside the class with their colleagues or the teacher. The kids, they feel comfortable and very safe in the class, so that's why they enjoy it. The relationship between me and them, make them really very happy all the time and enjoy the class.
Yeah. And I remember you've been with the Arab American Cultural Center since I ever started there 12, 13 years ago. But you taught different levels. You taught the children. So tell us more about how many students you had and what are the levels that you taught and how long each class is.
Yeah, in the beginning we started in Park Avenue in San Jose with 3 levels. First of all, we started only one level, the beginners, and then my beginner class students that they continue with me to be intermediate, and now they are advanced. So we have 3 levels: beginners, intermediate, and advanced. With each class, I let them to understand from the first day that they can speak the language, how they can, use the language in the daily life situations. I never, teach them, the grammar as a basic of teaching the language. I want them to communicate. I want them to use the language in their daily life. How to benefit from using the language, what they want to express, if they want to say something in English, how they say it in Arabic. So we let them to feel that I use the language in my daily life. I really need the language to communicate with my heritage speakers, colleagues. Some others, they are like either boyfriend or husband that he is Arab, original Arab. So they even the family of their husbands, they feel the difference. They came to me and they said that, when I travel back home to Lebanon or Syria or Egypt, they notice that I am now better in Arabic. I can communicate with them. I understand what they say. So that make me actually, happier than them, the students.
Of course, because you succeeded.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had before also, I don't know if you remember, that we have two representatives of churches here in San Jose, and they travel to Palestine to help the students in Palestine there. They actually, I teach them what they need to speak, what they have to, the dialect of the Palestinian accent. So they were so happy, the people there, to see American coming to them, speaking their language.
So you mentioned the Palestinian accent. So that leads me to the question: what accent do you teach them? And you are Egyptian.
Oh yeah.
So you teach them Palestinian and Egyptian.
I adjust the class according to the students' need.
I see.
So some they want the Khaliji accent, for example. Some they want only Egyptian. Some they want only Palestinian. And nowadays, if you see, like that, teaching the Arabic language is now very wide all over the states. So there are some books specific in this accent. So for Egyptian accent, for example, we teach كلمني عربي. But that's after we finish Al-Kitab.
Basic.
Yeah, Al-Kitab.
What is Al-Kitab?
Al-Kitab is a series of 3 levels. Start from the beginners. It's taught in UC Santa Clara, Stanford, many other universities. We teach that also in Arab American Culture Center, and it starts with the students that to teach him or her the formal Arabic, the Fusha, the modern standard Arabic, with the dialects. But they focus mainly in the Egyptian dialect, as it's more popular
Yeah.
and well known for all the Arabs.
Yeah. So the Arab American Cultural Center is non-political.
Yes.
So non-religious.
Yes.
So you don't talk politics in your class?
Sometimes the students, they mention that, and they, we discuss together, how to avoid that, or how to, just only the current events, that what's happening now, as to talk about it. But we are not going to go deeper and, in the political.
How about religion? Do you teach them religion, or do you get involved with the religion, or only the Arabic?
Only the Arabic, and the religion in the Arab American Culture Center, it's, what's common between the 3 main religions. And, sometimes I have Indian students who also mention their religion in the class, but why not? We just mention as to know the culture, as to introduce this culture to them, how to speak about their culture, in Arabic.
Yeah. So basically then, it's not an Arabic class that based on religion
No,
text.
not at all.
It's basically pure Arabic.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
The language for communication.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you maybe have touched on it, but let me just go into depth. What is your philosophy in doing the class, and how do you design your lectures for the students?
My philosophy in teaching Arabic class, that it fit all ages. From the little kids, we can simplify to make it suitable for little kids. I introduce the text that's age and stage appropriate for them, and we go higher to all the levels of the students. So I facilitate the class for them, the subject matter, and I also differentiate the instruction. So not all the students are, having the same readiness of levels of readiness. They are not, the same from the same background or the same religion, the same learning styles. My main thing that to match every student needs. So I want to make every student feel belonging to this class. I want them to feel happy. I want them to feel that I'm learning something. Even they come sometimes with the heritage speaker. They know the language, they know how to speak, but they don't know how to write. So I adjust the class to fit their needs, to improve their writing skills, reading skills, and that make them happy that I'm learning. I'm adding every day something to my knowledge.
Very good, yeah. And you've been, as far as I know, constantly going to conferences and participating in and getting up to date with the systems and the methodology of teaching Arabic.
Yes.
So what were the last couple of
Actually, there are many. So I attended Actville in San Antonio in Texas last year, and this year I attend also in LA the Arabic teaching conference. Recently, I just came from Washington from how to integrate technology in classroom
wow.
to help students. So not only me, the students too. So I use the strategy in class that's called the student center. So I just teach the students, like show them how I can make my book and how they can make also their books, the Arabic books, and speak to each other and record that, capture this pictures, add it, write Arabic sentences on each picture, and then they make their online book. Many things that we learned during this conference,
Yeah.
and actually it was really very successful. I adjusted all to be in target language. I help the students to create their blogs or Weebly page, something that make them feel that I'm doing something with the language.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And I haven't been on this show for I think about a year or 2 years now, but you see now I don't have paper. I just have the iPhone. I mean, this,
See the technology.
yeah, the smartphone, because and that's when you mentioned how to integrate technology with the class. I bet most of your students have some kind of a smartphone, and you could utilize that to
Yes.
help you, and help them learn the language.
Even the little kids in school with the iPad, we download some apps that's all for free. It helps students to recognize the shapes of the letters, how to read and write some sentences, how to make it fun so they can create their own puppets and speak and record their voices. Then they show the rest of the class, what they create, their own story. So it's really fun to use the technology in class.
So has it made it easier or harder for you with the technology?
It takes some time for the teacher to prepare the lesson, but it's actually save the class time. So every minute in class we use it very wisely. The students, they learn in each minute something new, and they interact together with the teacher and with their friends in class using the target language, which is really very successful for students to do that.
So you've been doing this for a while. What is the biggest challenge you see or you have, in the classes and in your profession as a teacher?
Actually, the student diversity in class, it's getting bigger and bigger, So we have different students from different countries, different background. Some are Persian, some Indian, some Pakistani, some Italian, French. So we have different students from different background, and to make the lesson match all the goals of the lesson, the objectives, match all these students, and find something that's common between all of them. That's really a challenge.
Yes.
To help them to achieve something that you want to raise their level every time more and more. We don't want anyone to feel boring in class. We want all of them to participate. So that's it's always a challenge, but I enjoy it. I
of
like
course,
it.
Yeah, I noticed
If I
that,
don't
yeah.
challenge myself,
Yeah.
I will not achieve anything.
Absolutely, yes. And this question will lead us to the next question, which this question is, or maybe comment. You taught my son one semester, is it?
Yeah.
And after 1 or 2 classes, he started writing his name.
That's from day one.
Yeah,
in
from
class.
day one, huh?
Yes.
I was very, very impressed and amazed, and until today, from that one course that he took, he reads, he understands, and it's very, very important, I think. So the question to you now is, how important is for the Arab American kids to learn Arabic?
Oh yeah, it's really very, very important.
Why?
Yeah. I wish that we reach the day that the students, of course, they get benefit from learning Arabic in Arab American Culture Center. First of all, it's accreditable for their high school level and college level too, to learn foreign language. Second, that some other works they really ask for another language that and most of them they go with the Spanish language or something that's common in the area. but not all of them, they see that, you know, Arabic. Some engineers, when they finish their education, they travel to Dubai, they travel to some other countries, which is really very important for them to communicate and understand. I have some students that I write recommendation letters for them. They were really able to teach Arabic.
Wow.
And they start teaching Arabic, you know, for non-Arabic speaker. Actually, in Egypt, I have Mark, and I have another girl also. She's now teaching Arabic in.
So you're telling me those students came with not knowing Arabic?
Yes.
And after how many classes they started learning to be to the level that they can teach Arabic?
After 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
So like college, huh?
Yeah.
So that kind of like, you know, just on the same subject about the importance of learning another language.
Yeah.
So we said that, okay, for our kids as from the Arabic background, it's important that they learn the language.
Yeah.
But why is it important for non-Arabs to learn the Arabic language?
It's actually also very important for them because they meet some Arabic colleagues in their work, and actually also to understand the culture, the Arabic culture, and you know, like any stereotype that they hear about Arab world or the Middle East, they need to understand it. They need to be in solid land to understand why the people do that. Why the people, you know, like for example, they find that the women together or the men together in festivals, in any holidays, they hug and kiss each other. They need to understand the background of the people to, you know, like how warm is the, you know, the environment between the Arab friends, Arab families. We all celebrate together the holidays, even Muslim or Christian or Jewish. You know, like how the whole Arab world, that we feel like we are all one. So they need to understand that. They need to understand them, understand the culture. The three modes of culture, which is the perspectives, the practices, and the products. So sometimes when they see some practice from some people, they wondered why they do that. So it's good for them to understand and they know. And I see most of American people actually, you know, they very respectful for that, and they understand it. They are very understandable of, oh yeah, why the women, you know, they cover, for example, like me, why they act with this way, or why they always, you know, like take care of their kids. They always, you know, like you know, like very protective about around their kids. You know, sometimes we, according to our culture, sometimes we are really very worried. We don't want our kids to go through the experiment to learn. We want to give them from our experience, and we want to teach them that. So it's different culture, different, you know, but it's good to know. Yeah.
So that take me back to a few years ago when you had the graduating class, and you kind of like part of the graduation was you had the picnic and had them serve the food, sell it, speak, and they were all Americans, and they were speaking Arabic, and you know, so that kind of like make them integrate with the community and make them feel good.
Yes.
So tell us more about that, and you know, how did you come up with those ideas?
This idea, actually, I tell to my students, since you graduate, you finish this level, we wanted you to show me that you can interact with the native speaker in Arabic. So which I give them choices, so I let them to choose the topic. They said, how about the food? I tell them, okay, you are really very good in that. They learn a lot about the Arabic food and they like it. Every time one of them, they get a dish, they know the ingredients of the dish, they cook it at home, they come to class with it, and they were so happy to do the potluck outside, that every one of them, they get a dish and they cook it. Mm-hmm. Then the idea that we are inviting Arabic speaker, Arabic native speaker, heritage speaker, and I want them to talk to them. Yeah. So what they did, they sent letters to all the Arab community and say that we are students. Will you please be patient with us while we are talking with you? Oh. Yeah, we will talk in formal Arabic, and we want you to help us to finish our project about this. They already graduated, they already finished, but it was, you know, like final project of how to show that I can. So they bring the dishes. They were serving the people, introducing to them every dish, what is the ingredients, how do you make this dish. And actually, some other Arabic speaker, they have no idea about some dishes because it's not related to their country. Because the Arab world, the Middle East, we are coming from different countries.
Yes.
So we cook the food with different ways.
Right, yes.
So when they look at the food, oh, how you make this kibba? Oh yeah, this is so and so. And then they teach them how to do it, how they make it. And it was really amazing that after they serve all the people, they start, getting their dish and sit with the people, talking to them, introduce their major to them, their career, talk with them as they are really, like mastering the language. And that was really, really amazing and fun.
So that was after how long? I mean, how long it took them to learn, to be able to have the confidence to speak and understand the language, with the public?
1 year. It took for them 1 year. But we are not everyday class. We are Saturdays only.
Yeah.
But they were really very interested in that, and we are, very active. It's how it depends on the teacher. I say, first of all, it depends on the teacher. If I put in the students that I am really very interested, I want you to do this and this, so the kids and the students, they get the same feeling and they feel the joy of learning.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let me see. You've been teaching for at least 15 years now?
Here in the US.
Yeah. So share with us, what is the scariest thing what scares you, and what was the scariest thing that happened to you during this period?
When we changed the location from Park Avenue, first they give us the letter that we have to empty the place, and there will not be anymore, the Arabic American Culture Center, and we will take the location. We have to empty all. So we were the last one to leave the building. All the others, they left, and we were thinking that where we will be if we leave this one, and it was actually a very small one.
Yes.
But we were really so worried, where we will be, and how we can get, students get, to know the new location and all that. But actually, we get a bigger one, really big. We have sometimes, many events that instead of holding it in before we were going to Saratoga Library or some other places. Now we are holding all the events in the center. It's really big. Sometimes I do presentations about Arabic music, how the Arabic songs, carry the culture and the linguistics and all that. Many people, they are coming to attend in the Arabic Culture Center now, and the location is really big and good. And sometimes we have also dancing classes, and it's really dabka.
That's good. So now usually the classes, how long is the course? Every course about 3 months or 2 months or?
No, actually our course is 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
2 months, any in the middle, if we have any holidays or something, we make up the class for the students. And some students, they find that they really improved a lot. We finished the semester that they finish it in the other universities in 3 months. We finish it in 2 months.
Good.
Yeah.
And only Saturdays.
And it's only Saturdays, 1.5 hours every Saturday. But every minute we are doing something.
Yeah. So. And this is where is the location? At the Hoggy Park.
Yes.
Do you remember the street number and address? Twilight.
Yes, Twilight.
Yes, the Hoggy Park is in the middle. It's close to Bascom.
We are building 2 in Hoggy Park.
Right. Okay, we don't have a lot of time left. So now you are a board member of the Arab American Cultural Center.
Yes.
And beside being the teacher, would you get involved with anything else with the center?
I get involved to help in some presentations to educate the community in the area around about the Arab world. I also get involved in some events that the community do it for Muslim and Christian people, like Christmas party. I love to be with the kids, so I do puppet show, I do face painting, henna. I write their names in Arabic. not only for the people who are coming. I put the table outside to serve anyone coming to the park to know the Arab American Culture Center. Also, some other events, you know, like with the Algerian group, we do graduation for the students. We do some events like Al Mawlid, the Eid, many events. We are, you know, like I feel that we are all one family.
So there's a question that I will participate in answering. It is, what are we going to do to increase, the number of students and the interest in the class? And one of the things that I would like to share with everybody is we have a new directory, the community directory that goes throughout the Bay Area and has businesses all over the place. They published, I think, 10,000 copies, and it's going to go all over the place. But in it, there is a page for the Arab American Cultural Center. The half of it is for what? It's for the Arabic class.
Arabic class.
And actually today we got a call, and we have a student, and I had to talk to he's going to come Saturday and start with you. So
good.
With that, I would like to thank you so much for
coming
over
for all your
and for
effort.
your time. And we look forward really to a few things, to get more students. But also I would like the community. I would like the community to support us. I would like them to support us in participating with the program, with the students, also in donating for us, because we need to buy computers, we need to buy, send our teacher to conferences.
It's non-profit organization.
So there's we are non-profit, and it's all tax deductible. So please, go to our website, which is www.arabamericanculturalcenter, AACC.org, AACCSV.org, www.AACCSV.org, and press on donate, and you can send some money so that we could proceed and serve the community. Thank you very much again.
Thank you,
and I appreciate the time that your time coming over here. And it's Ramadan, so you need to go
it's almost
break
iftar
the fast
time,
now. And good night, everybody. We'll see you next time. Next time we're going to be with our Suad.
Thank you.
That's it's.